Noah Hiles has been all over the winter meetings in Major League Baseball trying to sniff around and see what the Bucks are up to, and then he writes this. The Post-Gazette learned Monday the Pirates were open to the idea of trading Mitch Keller. A day later, a league source said Jared Jones was also, quote-unquote, very available. Goes on to continue. The ultimate goal of trading Keller, per sources, would be to trim payroll while also upgrading other areas on the roster. Multiple sources said the club's ideal return would be a young, quality Major League bat. Keller's departure would also create more financial flexibility for additional roster moves. Keller going to make $15.4 this year, $16.9 next year, $18.4 2027, $20.4 in 2028. He put the lightning rod phrase in there, right? Financial flexibility.
Yeah, trimming
payroll.
Yep.
That's not going to land on Pirates fans and make a single one of them happy. I didn't read it the same way that a lot of other Pirates fans did, though. And I'm sure I'm going to get called a Pirates apologist. This is baseball. This is what it is. We talked about it yesterday. The Yankees are in on Christian Walker, reportedly for a 3-year, $60 million deal. Can the Pirates afford that? Yeah, of course they can. They actually have a stable TV contract. The attendance was up last year. You're not paying Paul Skeens yet. You don't have to deal with his arbitration or anything like that. But here's the thing. If the Pirates really want Christian Walker and they offer him $21 million a season, the Yankees will offer 22. If they offer him 23, the Yankees will offer him 24. They missed out on Juan Soto. They're not going to miss out on Christian Walker. It's one thing to lose to the baby brother New York Mets and get outbid by the ugly red-headed stepchild. They ain't going to get outbid by the Pittsburgh friggin' Pirates. Folks, you got to take it all into account. The Pirates can and should spend over $100 million this year. They absolutely should. No question about that. No one's saying that. I'm not saying that. But if you really want to spend money this offseason, you might have to shed the Mitch Keller contract to do it, and I've been calling for that for weeks now.
You've been calling for weeks. And and you also have been saying where your power is, not power as like hitting power, but what your power in your position power.
Yes.
And that's pitching.
Yes.
So you shed Mitch Keller or even Jared Jones. They wouldn't do both. I didn't read that both were on the table at the same time, like they were willing to get rid of both, right?
No, and I also, one of the other things, and maybe we should talk to Noah, or maybe I'll text Noah here and whenever he knows when he's going to wake up. Is this still part of the conversation now that Luis Ortiz got moved? I don't want to be trading 2/5 of my starting rotation.
Right. That wouldn't make sense.
That to me is
counterproductive.
Yeah, because while they have organizational depth in their starting rotation, are we 100% sure that if and when Bubba Chandler's a Pirate that he's going to take like Jared Jones and Skeens did? Well, he ain't going to be Skeens. Like, is he going to come in and be a finished product? You got 2 last year. That doesn't always happen. Maybe he would, but you can't bet on that. So you need to have guys that you can count on, and you can count on Mitch. You can count on, at least you saw last year, Luis Ortiz. So I don't love the idea of moving on from a couple of starters, but in principle, you're paying a guy $15 million this year at a position where you feel like you've got depth. Move him for a expensive bat because you don't have bats.
Right.
That's a baseball trade. Why is everyone up in arms about that?
I'm with you. That's where you want to spend money. You need that. You need the outfield spot, obviously, and we talked about Taylor Ward yesterday, but I look at the Ortiz now more and more. I think about it. I look at Ortiz as a wash because of Oviedo coming back.
Yeah, that's a good call.
I look at that as a wash. So maybe this is still on the table. We should text Noah and see what the deal is and see, get some context around this. But
yes.
I do wonder if both Mitch Keller and Jared Jones were on the table at the same time. Like if you package them together,
man.
Yeah.
I don't think
you could do that.
I think those two, it's an either or.
Yeah.
You're not moving on from Jones and Keller. And you might not be moving on from either of them now that you've already traded Ortiz and were able to bring in your first baseman. Oviedo was really good a couple years ago.
He really was.
4.31 ERA, good strikeout numbers. That was a massive loss for them. Now, you hope he recovers from the surgery and he could be that guy again, but he was really good for them a few years ago. Texter, you have to get out of the Hayes contract. That ain't going to happen. That ain't going to happen. Because part of this in understanding the scope of the economics of Major League Baseball and the Pirates and how they operate, not only do you need to get another bat or two, you need your pitching to continue to develop, and you're going to need a guy like Hayes to stay healthy and be the guy that he's capable of being.
Yeah.
You need O'Neal Cruz to take a step. Like, those things need to happen in addition to adding to this roster.
I think if Hayes is just average, make this lineup so much better. Just average.
If he's like a 750 OPS guy with his defense at $8.75 million a season, that's a bargain. That's a bargain. But he needs to stay healthy. If he stays healthy, I think he can be that guy. I just don't know how you can.
I mean, this is how many years in a row?
Yeah.
I mean, he just gets taxed after a while.
Yeah. Got to bend over a lot at third base, which is bad for the back.